What better way to cap the Thanksgiving season than with some Black Friday football? The American Football Association welcomes you to the first annual AFA Turkey Bowl, a star-studded event featuring the AFA's finest athletes assembled on two special teams for this unique event, live from RFK Stadium. It is the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington Redskins. Good evening, everyone, and on behalf of my buddy DJ Kilgannon, I'm Cameron Duty. And we here at the AFA wish you all a happy Thanksgiving and warm wishes for this upcoming holiday season. DJ, the objective's it's simple. It's the first ever AFA All-Star game. The stars of this young league have been divided into two units with one objective in mind: win for all the bragging rights and maybe, just maybe, a turkey leg or two.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is just it's tradition, right? Thanksgiving, you eat a big meal, you get your belly big, you lay down on the couch with your sleepy uncle who's asleep already and watch some football, right? And what better football to watch than some AFA action?
Yeah, we're doing it sim style for the first time on a Thanksgiving holiday, which I think is spectacular. Honestly, a personal highlight for me. I know probably as well for you, buddy. This is something as commentators you dream about. Kickoff is underway. The AFA All-Star Game, the Turkey Bowl. Let's get it started. The Redskins get the ball first, and they will start from the 28-yard line. As we will take a look. Now, something to discuss as this game goes on, we will have rotating sets of players. Again, this is an all-star game. So starting in this one for the Redskins is quarterback Brady White, number 12, under center, on 1st and 10. White to throw, steps up in the pocket, has his man. It's complete on the run. That is the wide receiver, Dillian Voss, for a 1st and 10 quickly.
Yeah, great way to start. We have a confident QB in the backfield that we know is going to be confident throwing the ball, especially with a plethora of the league's best receivers around him.
As you see the offensive starting lineup there at the bottom of your screen. Now this is Cannon McAllister in for the play, who throws, and it is complete to Jackson West. Again, another 1st and 10 on this Cowboys defense.
Yeah, there we go. Early momentum is exactly what you want when you have a pass first attack, right? You see him step up in the pocket there as the pocket sort of encloses him, collapses to his strong side, right? And then, stepping up in the pocket gives him so much more time to throw, and then that long developing route over the middle finds itself open.
McAllister still in on this play. Settles under center. It is a handoff, the first carry of the day. They're going to spot the halfback there with a gain of 2, as that was the big stepper. Coming up now, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, Goosebusters there getting involved on the tackle, shooting the gap really well. We talked about how star-studded both of these teams are.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Now, toss play left side once more to the big stepper, who gets close to the first down, a 3rd and 3. And I think, DJ, that's going to be a lot of the challenge and the fun tonight is trying to find all these players on our roster here with these two unique mascots.
Yeah, absolutely right. Everyone, mixing up, not usually who you see out there, right? Playing with different people they've never played with, and number mix-ups as well.
Throwing deep, the pass is incomplete. Good coverage downfield by the Cowboys. And that brings up 4th and 3, a promising drive now stalls.
Yeah, it was looking great to start, and it seemed like as soon as they started to run the ball there, Cam, things kind of got stagnant and fell to a standstill.
So they will have to punt it away. Not close enough to be in field goal range comfortably. And now the objective to try to pin the Cowboys deep. This one will take a good bounce.
Great punt.
And, yeah, great kick there. And the Cowboys will start from deep in their territory for their first drive of this first annual AFA Turkey Bowl.
Yeah, now with your back to the wall, right, I'm curious to see their approach as they come out of the gate. Will they try and run like we saw at the end of that last drive?
Quarterback number 8, Prince Wonder, under center. For, again, the first snap for these Cowboys wearing their blue and silver on Thanksgiving Day. It's only right, on this Thanksgiving holiday here. And off up the middle now, trying to jump out to the right side there is Trunan Dunn, number 48, and he is brought down by DeMarcus Demolition.
Yeah, we saw him go around from the complete other side of the offensive line, chase him down through the backfield and wrangle him down. That's some speed from a big linebacker.
Single back formation, and that is done once more, who shoots through the gap there with a head of steam and gets close to the first, third and short on the way.
Trunan Dunn, he has been a star this season so far. We've seen him blow up for some huge plays, and carrying that into this game, don't expect anything less.
3rd and 1. Wander throws short. He gets the first. That's all they need, is he's able to locate Jay Balmer, his tight end for the day, and it's 1st and 10.
Yeah, great play call there. You had the hitch route. I mean, you don't need many yards. That's exactly what that play is designed to do, is to get your big tight end the ball quickly and make sure he can hold on to it through contact.
Trip set to the left side, but they go back right. Going for the intended target, once again, Balmer, but that one incomplete with good coverage on the outside by the Redskins.
Yeah, it looked like that was No Drew actually in coverage there. We've seen him lighten up the scene over in Oakland this season, and another great play from him, a very good coverage linebacker.
Now for the Cowboys, it's split backs. Behind quarterback Eric Alexander in for this play. He throws short to middle there, and it is incomplete off the hands of his intended target. I believe he was looking for the halfback Jermaine Hawk, who checked into the game.
Yeah, certainly looked like it. And you saw the 4-3 coverage there from the Redskins, right? They had so many people in that inside area of the field that it would have been dang near impossible to throw the ball there, and they found that out the hard way.
Malik Sadneighbors is the man in motion. He checks in. Wander back under center. He throws short. That's a first. That's done with the stiff arm, a brutal stiff arm on Trayvon Austin as he picks up extra yardage and a 1st and 10.
I mean, this is what we've seen this guy do all season long, right? I mean, get out in open space and make things work. This has been such a methodical drive to start for the Cowboys here. I mean, they've ran like 6-7 plays up to this point, and I mean, they've barely gone down the field at all.
1st and 10. Ball at the Cowboys 32-yard line.
So, 1st and 10. Good drive here by the Cowboys starting to form. 4:32 remaining in the opening quarter. Over the middle.
Oh,
the pass complete. And what a hit as Balmer, part of that head-on collision there as he gets close to the 1st down.
Yeah, he barreled over a defensive back there that got a rude awakening, not to try and test him.
Handoff up the middle again, and that is Dunn, who barrels his way forward, beating and banging off of the defenders there in the middle of that pile. He picks up just enough to keep this drive going.
Yeah, Drew and this company of linebackers again playing cleanup crew, but again, Dallas here able to just churn away this small amounts of yardage to keep the drive going.
Chipping away, really not going with anything deep at this moment, but there, as soon as I say that, there's a deep shot. And excellent coverage once more by Trayvon Austin on Matthew Rogers as it's incomplete.
It gets his get back from the stiff arm previously. I mean, that was a good idea there from the Dallas offense, trying to take the cork off of this Washington defense and take a shot downfield on 1st down. But Trayvon Austin, very solid coverage.
2nd and 10, trips to the right for quarterback Prince Wander. Here's the snap with pressure coming, but it's picked up nicely and over the middle. An open man at Santiago Jaquez. They're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Oh, man, we're going to get another look at this one here. But you saw the aggressiveness by the corner that was in coverage there, Cam. He tried to jump up and bat the ball down rather than play his man right there. Right, and that was Trayvon Austin again trying to get a pass deflection. And as soon as he caught that ball, he was able to slip past the other safety there. That was Joey Cronin, who, just misjudged the tackle a little bit. And after that, last defender was behind him. No one was catching him.
Well, one of the perks of having somebody like you to call this game with DJ is the fact we've called games long enough. We can hear it in each other's voices when we see a big play breaking.
Yep.
And I could tell when you saw the route, you knew what was about to happen. One-on-one coverage on the outside there. And then when they bid on it, Santiago was gone as the extra point is good. And a good opening drive for the Dallas Cowboys, up 7-0 with 3:35 remaining in this opening quarter.
You know, Cam, it's almost like they saw something on that previous play because that was very similar to the play they had just run earlier where they tried to throw it over the top on that defense, right? They go
Yeah.
back to a very similar play, and, maybe what they saw came to fruition. Trayvon jumped the route early, unable to bat it down, and they scored.
Folks, if you are just joining in, this is the first annual AFA Turkey Bowl, what we hope to make a Thanksgiving week tradition here on YouTube and here at the AFA, the American Football Association. It's a pleasure to be with you. These two teams combined of players from the AFA as the Redskins go back to work with quick work, as a matter of fact. Brady White able to locate Kool-Aid, his wide receiver.
Yeah, there was another very similar pass to the last two we had seen, right? He's just running a go past his corner. And more often than not, when you see that, you have a corner that's playing a flat coverage, right? And you have a safety that's trying to get up and cover over the top, but he can't get there quick enough.
End off, and that's going nowhere. That is incredible coverage by the Dallas Cowboys as it is a stop at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, now if you're Washington, right, you need to, do a little bit of more of what Dallas did, right? They're trying to have a lot of explosive plays right now in Washington, right? Rather than grinding out a little bit more.
Yeah, the Redskins with a very much that grinding out mentality right now, trying to get the big stepper in particular going. Now, he is a guy, DJ, that when they do get the wheels turning, he's tough to bring down, but right now that is the objective. And for the moment, the Dallas defense doing pretty good here. Rolling out this time as that is McAllister checking in, throws it short. And that's Thaddeus Bubba Rigg, who gets a couple of yards before he's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, they're getting the big fullback involved right through the passing game, and it certainly had some, some glimpses of being able to work. But the big fullback with his big old feet stepped out of bounds and soiled what could have been something there to keep the drive going. And another just stagnant drive that didn't have much success in the run game.
So they have to punt it away. They again will attempt to pin the Cowboys deep. And on the run back, they get out to the 23-yard line as that is Soba with that return. And so now for the Cowboys, DJ, an opportunity here to try to stretch or maybe flex their muscles a little bit and maybe put some more points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Dallas, you got to keep your foot on the gas, right? Because at any point, we saw it with the first throw that started that last drive. One-play touchdowns are a threat for either of these teams.
Delayed handoff, once again to Dunn, picks up 2. I think it's important that we mention that the players that you're seeing right now at this junction of the game is not going to be the players that you see all throughout. Again, this is an all-star game for the AFA, and there you see Eric Alexander checking in. So we'll see that throughout the duration of this game.
Oh, my goodness.
What a hit laid on Jermaine Hawk.
Dude, No Drew is just sensational. You saw him make the hard hit on the last play, and that time, that sounded bone-crunching. He was the one that laid that hit again.
That sounds like he snapped off a turkey leg.
Mm-hmm.
Empty set. Trips to the left. Prince Wonder going for the long ball. Flag on the play. It's complete for the moment. It's Malik Sadneighbors out towards midfield. We'll see what the ref saw out there.
Number 58.
Oh, wow.
So it goes against the Redskins, and the penalty being declined means the Cowboys have a big play.
Yeah, that was a very lengthy drop there for Alexander, or for Prince Wonder, excuse me. That was like an 8-step drop, and that let him sail one over the head of the middle of the defenders.
Right side, once again with Dunn, who, you talk about what they're trying to do with the big stepper. The same thing over here on the Dallas squad. They are trying hard to keep Truman Dunn active in that backfield, and so far they've had the better results. 2nd and 5 up the middle. Nothing going there that time with McStuffins stuffing the line. The Redskins get penetration.
Yeah, he completely shut that one down before it could even really get started, and that's exactly what you want if Dallas is going to continue running the ball. Force them into passing downs like you're seeing here. Run nickel like they are now, and prepare for something over the middle.
3rd and 5 as Wonder throws middle of the seam.
Oh.
It's complete, and look who it is. Off to the races. They'll not catch Santiago Jaquez. Another touchdown. The Cowboys jump out to a 2-score lead.
Yeah, and said it right before the play was called, right? Watch for something over the middle. You saw Prince Wonder have so much time. Threw it towards that right hash and just caught it right in the face of the safety. Just didn't even have a chance to catch him because it was thrown so well. Didn't even have to miss a beat. Stayed in stride and just outran everybody.
So the Cowboys with 2, and I mean hot, offensive drives to start this game. That's actually how we're going to conclude the first quarter of the AFA Turkey Bowl. The extra point is good, a 6-play, 77-yard drive. It only took 1 minute and 50 seconds. That's all they needed. As we now take the break, and we'll come back for the second quarter. You're watching the AFA Turkey Bowl right here on YouTube. You back into what we hope will soon be a Thanksgiving Day tradition for years to come. It is the first annual AFA Turkey Bowl here for the American Football Association. Cameron Duty and DJ Kilgannon here with you. Special thanks to Brady White and staff at the AFA. And we've got a good one so far with the Cowboys. They're doing all the hard work right now as Washington still tries to find their footing, maybe this drive.
Yeah, certainly going to need something on this drive if you want to stay competitive in this ball game, right? Because if you keep going at this rate, come that second half, right? And of course, this game isn't for any statistics or records, but bragging rights, I'd argue, are almost as important to these guys.
Well, it is. It is an opportunity to display, really show your stuff, out there on the field with the best of the best. Throwing over the top of 2 defenders. What a play. Speaking of showing your best stuff, Dillian Voss for the first down.
Yeah, I mean, that one was just a sensational trusting throw there from Kanan McAllister. 3 defenders in the area, 4 if you count the diving Dolphin going over the top of them. Oh my gosh, that one was placed right into the onto the gravy bowl, if you will.
Oh, perfect. Just the perfect portion on the smattering of Thanksgiving Day spread, right?
That is right.
I'm still full from all that food. I can't believe I'm talking about it. Toss play right side, and it is a good run, the most effective run of the day, as a matter of fact, for the Redskins, as that is number 31 checking in. Is Thiago Rose.
Yeah, that's something Washington has struggled with a little bit in this game, is getting that run game going. That's a good start out of the gate.
This is McAllister, who decides to keep it. Got some wheels on him, and he slides to the 40-yard line and another first down.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Cam, every cannon has 2 wheels on it, right? Sometimes you got to get out the WD-40 and grease them up a little bit. But, man, he took off, even broke a tackle from the incoming linebacker, the Joker. Flipped him off and continued for, a first down. That was arguably the best run of the night from him.
Yeah, I would agree.
Washington.
McAllister, by the way, is the new quarterback for the New England Patriots. We'll see him more in his squad. So really, this is the first debut that we are having an opportunity to see of this guy, and already impressing. As second and nine, is coming up.
2nd and 8. Ball at the 40-yard line.
Receivers to the left side. That's McAllister throwing. He's got his man with Boost Gusters, the tight end, getting close to the first, but we've got a flag, DJ.
Pass interference, number
Yep, definitely looked like it. You're going to get another look here whenever they show the replay. They won't. I lied. But it was certainly noticeable, and refs made the right call there. And Washington getting their first real, true, successful drive of the ball game up to this point.
Yeah, feeling some urgency from this Redskin all-star team. Down the middle, it's intercepted, and there it goes. All that momentum as it is negated with the INT by McAllister.
Yeah, I mean, we completely cursed him there. Just as we were complimenting him, the over-the-top, that corner just playing in his zone right there, just reads his eyes. I mean, it would have been a good throw if he wasn't there, but he watches the route develop, moves back slowly, and just picks it off as he tried to get it over his head.
Absolutely. And for the Cowboys now, they have an opportunity to really do some damage here. 5:45 remaining in this first half. Wonder throwing deep in the double coverage, and that's a good tip away. Once again, they're picking on Trayvon Austin.
Yeah, we've seen it work at times, but we've also seen him make some big plays that negate those big opportunities, right? And that being one of them. We saw one from him previously as well.
So 2nd and 10 now coming up on this series.
2nd and 10. Ball at the Cowboys.
This is once again Eric Alexander checking in. Split backs. Alexander throwing over the middle, and nothing there. I think he was trying to find his man, Jermaine Hawk, and over the top, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, Washington ran a safety blitz there. They brought the free safety down to blitz around the edge, and the pressure was certainly getting to Prince Wonder. Seemed like he errantly threw that one out because pressure might have got to him a little bit.
3rd and 10 situation. Kind of unfamiliar territory for the Cowboys up to this point in the game. That's Emmett Ellis who checks in as the wide receiver. He moves to the top side of the screen. 3 to the right for Wonder. He goes deep and he throws the interception. So the Washington defense does their job and gets a big-time play.
Huge play for them to take that the other way. A huge boost on their confidence. You see the man coverage there. Tries to run the corner route. You know, he followed. It looked like a cover 2 man right there because the safety was also shading that way. But man, the man coverage just completely did its part. Made sure that the throw couldn't be made underneath, so that the safety didn't have any flack there.
And Matthew Rogers was the intended wide receiver. That one floated a little bit, you could tell, coming off the hand. Now, a quick strike back here. I mean, that come off the, like you said, out of the cannon firing to Kool-Aid, picks up 6.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit what we saw of Washington on that last drive, right? And I don't think McAllister can miss a beat right now. Don't let that get to your head. You know, stay concentrated and do what you've been doing.
Yeah, well, we talked about McAllister. You know, this is the first AFA action he's seeing as the big stepper is stopped at the line of scrimmage. But you know, that's something to really think about, right, DJ? I mean, you know, he's really getting his reps in this All-Star game here and kind of getting cohesive with some of these players. We'll touch on that thought in a minute as he throws short here on a curl route on 3rd down, but it's not going to be enough to convert. Again, going for Kool-Aid, the intended target. It's 4th and 3.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at him, he's going to be playing with some people that are very solid players, right? And, I mean, you even look at that Patriots team, a few of them being on his team right now, right? I mean, Thaddeus Bubba will be in the backfield with him over in New England, you know, and some others as well. I believe Ashton Genty, whenever he gets into the ball game, is over there as well. So, you know, there's a few that he needs to familiarize himself with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kool-Aid as well, now that I think about it.
So good some camaraderie that's going to come out of this too. So this is an important game for really all kinds of purposes as Eric Alexander checks in again and he hands off to Jermaine Hogg. And now that's a big no-no for the Redskins. That's what you don't want to see. No Drew on the turf injured.
Yeah, thankfully they do have backup linebackers here, but I mean, especially in an all-star game, you don't want to see anyone go down hurt.
We do think it would be a good time here. I'm sure certainly you would agree, DJ, to mention that players in the AFA, if they are injured for a game, it does not carry over into multiple games, so no worry there. Prince Wonder checking back. He is in the game, and he finds again Santiago Jaquez for another 1st and 10.
And these two are lighting it up. I mean, the connection between them is undeniable right now. I mean, you're seeing the split of targets, the nearest receiver being Jay Palmer.
And that's a big difference, 123 yards to 12. Delayed handoff. It is done. Spinning, trying to fake out that Redskins defense. They get him right at the sticks, and they say 1st and 10.
Yeah, great design play there. You saw that there were, defensive backs pushed heavily into the box. You motion out, right? And They didn't seem to be expecting run at all, despite how much they packed the box, because of all of those defensive backs immediately dropped far back into coverage.
Again, another efficient drive here. Watch top of your screen. That's Santiago Jaquez again. As this is a handoff, a nice-looking run for Yaki Soba, who gets 9 on the carry, his first touch of the game.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you're running the ball like this and your offensive line is giving you that big of holes, he's not getting touched until he's 8 yards downfield by one of the corners, right? You cannot have that. You need a linebacker to shoot gaps a little better than that. You need linemen to eat up more blocks, and maybe that's with the injury of No Drew. We're seeing some of that fade away.
2nd and 1. Oh, and what a hit up around the shoulder pad area. DeMarcus Demolition gets the hit, but not before Dunn is able to get the first down.
It looked like a clothesline from hell. Just took him down and slammed him down right as he got past the line. And again, the Cowboys continue a methodical pace, and usually when they're past midfield, Cameron, we see them take a shot.
And there it is again, DJ. You dialed it up. Santiago Jaquez not going to get to the end zone this time, but he's got a 1st and goal, and this guy's on a tear. Look at that stat.
Man, 250 yards allowed, and we aren't even through a half a gameplay. And the majority of it coming from that man right there, Santiago Jaquez.
Now, he deserves the extra camera time, no doubt. I mean, he is making a case for the AFA Turkey Bowl player of the game for sure. Again, we're only, nearly 2 quarters in on this game, but man, those stats, he's done a day's work in 2 quarters.
Yeah. And, their offense is maybe not predictable is the word, but they're certainly following patterns. Like, not to toot my own horn, but I knew they were going to take the big shot. That's something they kind of followed in the last previous drives, was that same mantra, that same pattern, right? Once they get about past midfield, then they take their shot.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of the first annual AFA Turkey Bowl, and the Cowboys are cruising again. Cameron Duty here with DJ Kilgannon. No, I think you are right, my friend, to point that out, and I pointed it out when it happened. You called it there, and I think that's just the highlight of a great color commentator who knows what's going on the field. Checking back in is Eric Alexander as he throws a curl route there run by Matthew Rogers. It's 3rd and goal.
Yeah, a lot of times you run that with your bigger receivers. Matthew Rogers, more on the speedy side, right? He kind of gets lit up at the end of that catch, but still did exactly what the route was intended to do. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw another one of those routes ran, or maybe a little drag over the middle, try and take advantage of their how many people they have on the line here.
Alexander still in the game, throws an interception. I believe that's going to be his 2nd of the day. And you see the frustration as Washington's defense comes up huge on this drive.
Yeah, and that was Carter, who is coming in for the injured No Drew. And they did exactly what, they ran that same exact route that they did on the other side of the field to the same exact receiver. Like we had talked about, the patterns, you cannot stick to them too much. You have to mix things up.
I think the Redskins just saved this football game for the moment.
I think so.
Now, ball out.
Just need that offense to click.
Yeah, and you've seen glimpses of it with McAllister there under center. Minute 23 remaining in this first half. We're going to see a deep shot. The throw, tip, batted ball. Can you believe it? Oh, my goodness. They're just like a volleyball, serving it back and forth to each other right now.
Man, you just can't do that. I understand, there's not a whole lot of time, right? You're going to fire one deep, see what happens. But there's 3 defenders sitting in front of the receiver there. I think that was Kool-Aid he was trying to connect with, right? He's, again, trying to build up that chemistry. But even if you loft it over the top, maybe the top gets taken off of those 3 defenders, right? And it probably would have been caught. But no, he just rifled it right at him and met the chest of a few defenders as it got bobbled around.
So, no harm, no foul for the Cowboys. Oh, that's a great play up the middle. Is done. It's stopped for a negative there. 2nd and 12.
I think that was Colin Richards.
Somehow, look at Truman Dunn. Some able to find a small seam in that big log jam. We've got 3rd and 8, no huddle. Shotgun. Wonder going for the deep ball.
Whoa.
Incomplete with double coverage on Matthew Rogers.
Yeah, great idea there. We had talked about, the similarities in their drives coming forward, right? And they did exactly what they should have there. They knew Dallas was going to take a shot downfield, so they double covers the guy they think is going to be the target. They also had Jacquez doubled on that play as well, so just great all-around play call defensively.
Absolutely. TK Wells on the deflection. And the field goal, not even close.
Talking about wide right.
Golly. Well, Peterson, they gave it a shot from 48 yards. I think he's had too many yams and rolls over there on the sidelines. He should have been warming up.
Yeah, I mean, he ate too much too.
All right, so McAllister back under center. Another chance at it.
Oh, my gosh.
Man, that felt like deja vu all over again, didn't it?
That was the same defender that picked it off too, Cameron. He nearly took it back for a ride. There's Drew on the sideline. Oh, man. Looks like his knee or maybe his ribs. I don't know.
Yeah, they're working on him pretty good, hoping to get him back in this game.
Throw some dirt on it. They need you.
That they
Clearly.
do. This offense, though, with 40 seconds to work here. And he's going to step up. Actually trips up the defender coming to tackle him. He gets some positive yards and calls a timeout.
Yeah, interesting time to bring up the QB draw, right? But, I mean, maybe they don't want to make a similar mistake as to what they saw previously and get too antsy trying to connect downfield. So maybe they're happy going into half.
A rollout. McAllister throws, and it's tipped. And this Cowboys defense really has been all-stars up to this point. And it's 4th and 7.
Yeah, I mean, that one just led too far out in front of the receiver, allowing the defender to get his hands on it. But now if you're Washington, you just got to execute the punt, right? Don't let anyone in that back to really block it, because that's really the only thing that could be a negative for you right now.
Yeah.
Dallas could certainly score in 30 seconds, but Washington's certainly going to be expecting that deep shot that we've seen them connect on all night.
Well, I'll tell you what, their punter right there for the Redskins, he's done a fantastic job pinning the Cowboys deep. It's certainly not been on any fault of his. It's certainly not had the field position to work with. They've just been able to drive the ball down the field. All right, so 23 seconds remaining. We've still got Eric Alexander in this game. We'll see if they try to take a shot or two downfield. Right now they give it to Jermaine Hawk, who gets one before he is tackled by Jason Carter up the middle.
Got to imagine they're happy going into half here if you're Dallas, right? You have the 2-possession lead, and there's no reason to get cute or anything. Just go into half and take your lead.
Oh, but one more shot, they say. Throwing short. Incomplete. That's 3rd and 9. That could be Prince Wonder's final play out there. I'm not sure. We'll have to see as we'll get some substitutions in at this third quarter. But it is halftime in the first ever AFA Turkey Bowl. And so far, the Cowboys scored on quick 2 back-to-back possessions to start this game. But since then, they've been kept out of the end zone. As we welcome you in to this AFA halftime show, it's Cameron Duty here with DJ Kilgannon. DJ, let's talk real quick about this first half. And, of course, I'll always ask you what you would like to see coming out of the halftime here for these two teams.
Get some speedier safeties in the back if you're Washington, for one. Right, I know we'll have some change in personnel as we come into this next half, but man, you got to stop Dallas from just taking the lid off of your defense, because you have solid safeties back there, but man, they're just getting beat. I mean, most often it's man coverage that they're getting beat on as the corners, right? So maybe get some speed back there or pressure the QB a little more. Maybe that would help as well.
I think you're exactly right on that. Now, for the Cowboys, of course, like you said, a lot of this depends on the personnel changes. But for them, if you can keep the same rhythm here, you got to imagine we'll still see Eric Alexander quite a bit. You'll see Prince Wonder at times, I'm sure. But, yeah, just foot to the floorboard, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to stay ahead of the chains if you're Dallas, which we've seen them do on most of their drives, and also change up that predictability we've seen a little bit of that once you get past midfield, kind of doing the same things, right? We talked about the two back-to-back back hitch routes that got, shut down, right? And then you had, the over-the-top throws as well.
So it's going to be a lot of fun, folks, as we get to take a look at some of these snapshots of the half. Again, to remind you, this AFA Turkey Bowl, it is this all-star game that we are excited to be taking part in. So a lot of variables coming up as we get ready and start the third quarter. Let's get ready and do so, folks. We will meet you back here for the kickoff as the Cowboys, I believe, will get the football to start the half. You're watching the AFA right here on YouTube. The Cowboys will get the ball to start this third quarter. 16 more minutes of football to be played. We're going to see some personnel changes, as I just reiterated. But just to make sure that is known, you players out there, some of you getting ready to check in here, it's going to be some fun as this return is brought out to the 24-yard line. All right, DJ, look at the previous possessions. 2 quick touchdowns, but since then, the Cowboys have struggled a little bit to get in the end zone.
Yeah, they absolutely have, right? And that comes to part about the predictability we talked about. Washington, their defenders, they can certainly adjust defensively, right? We're seeing a lot of that now. And if you're Dallas coming out of half, change a few things up once you get in that area of the field.
So Prince Wonder looks to still be in the game. He will be alternating as that is a run that goes for 1. That's Jason Carter again, who's getting busy in this game. And a good balance of run pass here, DJ. 34 plays total, and just about split right down the middle for Dallas. They did a good job with the balance so far.
It sure did.
Malik Sadneighbors goes in motion to the right side of the formation. It is a handoff to Dunn. A flag is on the play. Again, Carter in on the stop as well as McStuffins.
Face mask, number 52,
you got to stay disciplined.
5-yard penalty from
Incidental,
Repeat
so not as bad of an infraction as it could have been.
2nd and 4. Ball at the Cowboys' 30-yard line.
2 receivers to the left here. With Wonder in motion, now you see Matthew Rogers moving to the bottom of your screen. Delayed handoff, and same result, DJ. Jason Carter making up for those yards.
Yeah, certainly. And you go with the delayed handoff, a little bit of a counter. That's going to be one downside to that. If even one player gets in the backfield quickly, right, they're going to get to the runner before he can even get a step out.
Wonder will throw here. Trying to get a big gain, and he does. It is Malik Sadneighbors. And for the Redskins, you feel, hey, we're about to get these guys off the field, and then the big play.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly when you need it if you're Dallas, right? Trying to, they're certainly taking advantage of what we saw a little bit in the first half, and I can't see why they would change a beat, and they don't.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Look at this quick. That wasn't even a 3-step drop. He pretty much threw that from right under center over the heads of everybody. It's incomplete.
Number 22 with the coverage.
Yeah, and I mean, just getting a little bit too antsy. He's got that cannon on him, and leading far out in front. We've seen that a few times from him, and the errant passes as well. I mean, Washington, whenever they get the chance, they will take a ball the other way. But other than that, when Wonder is keeping his hands clean, they're shiny.
Split backs on 2nd down. Rolling out to the left. Flag on the play. He finds Santiago Jaquez once more for the first if it stands.
Oh, man.
Holding, number 22.
Oh.
Defense. The penalty
And
is declined.
now, DJ, to my math, every penalty thus far has been on the Redskins. So far, the Cowboys are just about squeaky clean, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they sure are. The Redskins just maybe getting a little bit frustrated with what Dallas is doing to them and, getting a little bit undisciplined. That happens sometimes when you're frustrated.
Done with the carry. He gets 2. Once again, Jason Carter, a one-man show out there at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he's their sheriff right now, coming in for a big way in the absence of No Drew, who we saw get injured earlier. So it's good that they still have a very capable linebacker in that spot.
The perks of an all-star game, you know. Oh, coming through the pile, like we said, a Houdini move there was Yaki Soba. I don't know how he got through there, but he gets a couple.
Yeah, gets skinny between the line and finds a little bit of daylight and tries to shoot for it. I mean, certainly better than it could have been. Not super successful, though. And again, it's Carter first to make contact, and Joey Cronin over the top helps play cleanup as well.
3rd and 5 coming now for the Cowboys for the Redskins. This is a huge play in this game. Show them you can get them off the field. Man in motion, and I think they're going to do it. Yeah, they tried to toss that to Dunn, and that was a great play for the Redskins, and it's 4th and 3.
Yeah, Trayvon Austin, we hadn't called his name for a little while there, but he's getting involved, stopping the run this time. This is a few yards off of their field goal miss earlier.
That was a 48-yarder. This one was for 40, and that's more in his range. That one is good. Peterson knocks that one through. It's a 17-point lead for the Cowboys. All right, so 17-zip, 4:20 remaining in the 3rd. And DJ, we're going to get a chance to see some new blood here for the Redskins, see what they can do. We'll start with this return here from the goal line as it's brought out past the 20, out to about the 25, 26-yard line. And, you know, do we count that last drive as kind of a small victory for the defense, only holding the Cowboys to 3?
Feel like, you know, it's interesting, right? Because early on in the first half, we saw them score in bunches. But then, at the end of the half, Washington really stood tall. So I think to start the half, it's more of a stalemate. How about that?
All right, we're good with that. 1st and 10, 26-yard line, man in motion, Jackson West. Shotgun for McAllister, still in this game. It's a handoff up the middle, a good-looking run by the big stepper as he gets a 6.
Yeah, and there we go. I mean, we've seen Washington do this, right? They have a plethora of backs that are very capable, and, you know, the big stepper certainly being one of them, and they try and stay ahead of the chains, right, to where they can choose their destiny come on these later downs.
Yeah, that's a nice play right there. Again, just grinding away at the yardage. Once more, the big stepper gets close to the 1st, and it is 3rd and short.
Yeah, here we go. Now, you know, it's interesting to see, will they go with another run, right? Because Dallas, they have very solid linebackers. They have a pretty stout defensive line, being that it's the all-star game. You have an offset eye, certainly looks like a running set.
It's 3rd and 1. Need to convert big time here. 1 yard to get. The big stepper gets it. Gets out to the 40. Now that is different from the first half. They weren't getting those short yardage plays in their favor early on.
Yeah, they certainly weren't. Those exact plays, like you said, were ones that they were getting shut down in that first half of play. So that's certainly something they adjusted in this halftime adjustment.
3 minutes remaining in this 3rd quarter. Empty set. McAllister heaves it. It is scooped up off the turf. A nice job by Dillian Voss, who turned that into an 8-yard pickup.
And now I'm curious to see now 2nd and 2, right? They're in a short situation here. They could easily run again, punch it forward. They are in that same formation we saw last time.
And they do run it, and that time he just gets back to the line of scrimmage, the big stepper that is, as that's Goose Busters, the middle linebacker, coming up to make the stop.
Yeah, we saw another linebacker shoot into the backfield and got picked up by the fullback. And then Buster shot in uncontested and played cleanup. No change in yardage goes, but let's see if they change their play. They will change their personnel.
McAllister throwing short. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, that was a nice play to Voss. Somehow he's able to hold on and get the first.
Yeah, wouldn't hate a challenge here if you're Dallas, right? But Another one of these situations where they go with a hitch route, throw it to one of their bigger targets, and see if he can hold on, and he does.
That was a tight window too.
Mhm.
You know, and it was just that was close in all intents and purposes there. As that time the big stepper is wrangled down for a gain of 1.
Yeah, I mean, they ran the bunch there, right, to try and maybe draw out a pass coverage or deep zones from the Cowboys here and run it up the middle. Just didn't get what they wanted as a defensive look on the other side.
McAllister still in the
Oh,
game.
man.
Throwing short, but there's a big gain as he is now starting to get warmed up and very comfortable with them wide receivers out there. Jackson West this time on the catch.
Yeah, shout out to him. You could see the pressure and how close it was to getting to him, and it was nearly taken the other way by a defender of the Cowboys there. But thankfully for Jackson West and company, he's able to catch that one, turn it back upfield, and have enough speed to make something big of it.
Still plenty of time in this game, and to our surprise, McAllister is still in the game. We haven't seen a personnel change in that department yet. Hey, anything goes. Look at this, breaking free.
Oh.
There's the big stepper. He's finally starting to get some traction and a 1st and 10.
Yeah, there we go. That's a bit more his pace that we've seen, right? I mean, breaking tackles like that. You're going to see him get skinny here, breaks the tackle, slips past the corner, and drags 2 more for a couple extra and gains another 1st down.
And what does this feel like this could be doing here, DJ? This could be opening up their passing game.
Yep, absolutely. As you see here, they have 4 stood up receivers.
And they go short on a curl route, a comeback. It's incomplete, maybe for the best. That wasn't going to get much out there.
Yeah, it was thrown to the fullback as well, it looked like. And you saw the quarterback there. The pressure was coming to his back. He stepped up in the pocket, made a little bit of an errant throw, probably a little bit of nerve getting to him as the pressure was surrounding him.
Like we said, this is the bragging rights in this game. Throwing, oh my goodness, over the top, trying to go for it. That was intended for Boost Gusters, the tight end, and Sadscat just about had an interception there as it was really kind of swatted away from Busters.
Yeah, that's what you call a hospital ball right there. Goosebuster goed up to catch it, and he just got hammered to the turf there from the safety over the top. That was Cam Sadscat, like you said, and nearly tipped off to the hands of another defensive back. But thankfully for Washington, they get another shot at it.
You know, he almost made an incredible play.
Yeah.
That close. Now rolling out 3rd and 10. McAllister has to drop it off short, and the coverage is good.
Gosh.
Oh, Simpson. My goodness, felt like they needed a Simpson seatbelt there for that collision.
Oh, my goodness. What a hit. It only gained 1 yard. But, oh, my gosh, he's going to feel that in the morning. That's what happens when you give it to your big fullback in space. Oh,
A hit like
man.
that will make you think, what am I doing out here on my Thanksgiving break?
Yeah. Thaddeus Bubba Rig.
Oh,
The hit.
oh, Bubba Rig.
Old Bubba
That guy's
Rig.
like a semi. And that kick is
Oh,
going
there
to
we
doink,
go.
but fall back in the appropriate direction for some points, shall we say. And Washington finally on the board about 3/4 of the way through.
There we go. That's a little bit of the momentum they need. And now the score's back to what it was at half, right? And with how their defense has slowed down the Cowboys come the end of that first half and a little bit now, and how their offense is really starting to gain some yardage, maybe we'll see a flip in momentum.
Cameron Duty here with DJ Kilgannon. And DJ, I think I figured it out. You tell me what you think. I know what the award or player of the game, what it's got to be called for this particular game, okay?
Let's
You
hear
ready?
it.
Okay, the Golden Gravy Bowl.
Oh, you read my mind!
Are you serious?
I swear. I swear. I was going to
That's-
call it the AFA Gravy Boat.
There you go, brother.
I
So see,
like the Golden Gravy Boat better.
that's the kind of chemistry you get when you put 2 people together for, many
right.
years, right? Hey,
That's
just
right.
doing our job, folks.
We'll be here all night.
Hey, but having fun with it.
That's right.
So the Cowboys with a 7:56 is going to leave Prince Wonder, and he steps up, throws, finds Santiago Jaquez, and he gets 8 on the first down throw, and he's had a wonderful day today.
Yeah, Jaquez, continues, like you said, what's been a great day. Him and Prince Wonder I mean, some serious chemistry, right? And that's one of the first catches we've seen from Jacquez that hasn't blown the roof off of this place.
It's bad when an 8-yard gain looks modest.
For sure.
Handoff. It's done once more. 1st and 10. And I think it's really interesting, you and me, DJ, let's look at it this way, how these players are they're rotating out. You know, it's not like sets like we had been kind of told by the coaching staffs that it would be. They kind of threw us a curveball. It's players checking in and out per play. It's made it pretty fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing there. And you're right about this Washington defense. They have gotten a lot more stiff and harder to move the football on in this second half.
Yeah, I mean, they're shutting down these runs. They're not letting as many runs up the middle go for as much as we had seen previously. But those throws to Jacquez are still scary.
That they are, but look at that. What a great play by number 58 getting in there for the Redskins, and it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it's exactly those type of throws right there that just, move the notch in your favor a little bit as far as momentum goes, right? And that's not things we saw come first half.
Trips to the left, but Wonder, oh my goodness, comes back right and finds Malik Sadneighbors. And now if you're the Redskins, you start to worry about your time, having enough time to get the ball back and do something with it.
Yeah, I mean, Cam, look at it this way. You can be the best team in the entire league at first, or excuse me, you can be the worst team in the league at 1st and 2nd down, right? But if you can convert on 3rd down, that's really all that matters. You'll be able to stay ahead of the sticks, and right now we're seeing that from Dallas.
I mean, that's your money play. You're right. And so far they've been able to do a wonderful job of that, to the point that you're right. It has really kind of demoralized this Washington defense today.
Yeah, I mean, you could see, excitement coming from the crowd, excitement on the field, right? They just need one more stop, and then a throw over the top in between zones just takes it all away.
It kind of reminds me of that analogy that I used to hear people say. It's like there's light at the end of the tunnel. I just hope it's not a train.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
that train being Santiago Jacquez at this point.
Yep, absolutely. Malik Sadneighbors as well has had a good day. Rogers has had some big plays for Balmer has been in there too. There's some stacked players in this AFA already. 3rd and 8. Shotgun. Can they get off the field this time? Going deep. They can't do it. Getting free is number 89. That is Emmett Ellis for the touchdown on this Thanksgiving special here for the Cowboys.
I mean, man, Prince Wonder is leaving everyone in attendance wondering how he continues to do it over and over. You take the top off of this defense. You saw it right there. Another play where the corner gets beat in man-on-man coverage, and that poor safety over the top has to just taste that dust as the receiver just runs away free.
Man, and Emmett Ellis, 1 catch, 1 touchdown. The extra point is good. The Cowboys extend the lead 24-3 with 5:13 remaining. All right, DJ. So here we go. 5:13 remaining in this game, and the Redskins, they got to put pedal to the metal now. They have no time to really go methodical here. It's got to be all out from this point forward.
Yeah, I mean, you need to take a page out of Dallas's book and take the top off of their defense in a way we haven't seen you do all night. You can't do these run on early downs and throw when you're forced to. No, you need to take the attack to this Dallas secondary and make them pay.
The objective of this game, obviously, get Cannon McAllister acclimated to this AFA as he has seen the portion of the time. The big stepper with another good-sized run before Sadscat gets to him, a gain of 7. But like we said, time to go to the air here.
Yeah, for sure. And, setting yourself up on 1st down is nice, but, I mean, that's going to take time off the clock where you have under 5 minutes. You got to score 3 times.
Again to the ground, trying to fight for the first. This is 3rd and inches here. They do decide to go no huddle. And a throw. It is tipped away, incomplete. 4th and inches here. I know you and I are a high rolling gambler, DJ, but I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like you go for it here.
Yeah, I
Nothing
feel
to
like you
lose.
got to. I mean, if you punt, you are admitting defeat, pretty much. And honestly, even if it was the first quarter with 8 minutes left, I would go for this, truthfully. But, I mean,
Yeah.
especially with that big old fullback you got back there. But they'll certainly make the right decision, especially at this point in the game.
4th and inches. Big play in this one. Just enough to Dillian Voss. And I think it's a credit, DJ, and you can talk through this here, brother, at this play, but that's a credit to this Cowboys defense. There's been nothing deep for McAllister.
Oh, there we go.
Crossing route, gets 5, back to the huddle.
I think those Boost Gusters on the catch there across the middle.
Again, same pattern. It works, though. 3rd and inches situation once more, excuse me. That is Boost Gusters.
Here we go.
So, yeah, I mean, you talk about dinking and ducking your way down the field.
Just
down
needed
to the
some
midfield
pressure,
stripe.
I guess.
Yeah. If it's working for you right now, McAllister going one-on-one coverage.
Oh, there we go!
First big play of the game for the Redskins. Jackson West. Go West, young man. Touchdown, Redskins.
And there we go. Finally taking a deep shot if you're Washington, and it works. You take the top off of the Cowboys, exactly what we suggested, and it works to perfection. A beautiful throw from Cannon McAllister right into the basket of the receiver Jackson West, and after that, he is gone. No one would have been able to catch him.
Well, you challenge those corners at one-on-one. I mean, you got to give your wide receivers something to go up for, you know. And they do it there, DJ, on that play. And with these wideouts, sometimes you just got to give them the opportunity to make the play. And so they do. The extra point is good. It is a 14-point game, but 3:34 remaining. And the Redskins, they've got a little bit of a pulse here. We'll see an onside kick, folks. It is contested and picked up by the Cowboys with 3:33 remaining. Big number 83 there coming in on the hands team. That's Bubba Tree.
Oh, there we go. And that's what you need now if you're Dallas. Now they can continue what we've seen them do a lot of, right? And just kind of run the clock out.
Well, this has really been a pleasure. It truly has, hasn't it, DJ? I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, spending this Thanksgiving holiday, getting to call some sim football and something that, to my recollection, is really the first of its kind. And that's what the AFA is all about, doing things a different way, putting it in the hands of the users here. A good run coming by Truman Dunn. It's 1st and 10.
Yeah, nice draw up the middle. And yeah, you're completely right. This is something not really before seen, right? Where you get to just go into the world and have a bunch of your friends and a bunch of teammates here in these uniforms that we've seen others brandish and wear throughout history. And now you get a chance to.
1st and 10.
It is something seeing these iconic, you know, threads out there. I think that to speak about the AFA as a whole, and we'll talk on this play and get back to that point as we see split backs here for Prince Wonder. They let the clock run down just as far as they can, down to 2 before it is snapped. And it is a handoff once more with Dunn. He gets 2. But yeah, I think this is one of the selling points for the AFA is you get to actually be drafted into a team that does wear these iconic threads that the National Football League made so historic throughout the course of time. Now you get to be on those teams.
Second and 7.
So to me, DJ, I think that feels like a fun selling point to the league.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
2nd and 8 coming up. We will get one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Dunn runs, tries to stretch it out wide, then cuts back inside. But that's just a nice hit by Jason Carter and Tavon Austin. They've been busy all night. As we have made it made it to the 2-minute warning. DJ, go right ahead, my friend. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, no. We've called Tavon Austin's name a few times, or Trayvon Austin, excuse me, I've called his name a ton of times in coverage. Something they picked on a lot early on in this game for Dallas.
3rd and 8 and done up the middle. It's going to be a 4th down situation. You'll see Redskins, all kinds of Redskins hopping up there trying to signal timeout. They know that they can get the ball back here. Of course, we expect to see a field goal attempt, and we do, by Peterson of the Cowboys, 40 yards.
Made the same distance earlier.
See if he can do it again. Be 2 for 3. This one's good. That's his soft spot, that 40 yards right there.
Mm-hmm.
As it is once again a 17-point lead for the Cowboys.
Yeah, that 40-yard line. We saw him nail 2 from that distance now. 48 though. He was a metric mile away from the field goal. So don't risk it much further back than 40.
Minute 53 left to go in this game. DJ, you know what? I think this is a good time to ask, it being the spirit of the holidays as we see this return back here, still on his feet. Good return out to the 30 for Washington. I got to ask you regarding the holiday season, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
What is your favorite? What is your favorite thing on the Thanksgiving plate?
Okay, so we'll talk sides.
Okay.
Right? If you have a good mac and cheese, I think that's a good baked mac and cheese. I don't think you can beat that much at all.
I got you. Nice play there from McAllister to West. The second timeout is called. Are you a big mashed potatoes guy?
Oh, of course. I love me some mashed potatoes.
Taters. See, yeah, I like that. All that proper potatoes. I'm from Virginia, daggone it.
That's right.
It's taters.
We're some Southern boys.
That's right. McAllister, deep ball.
Oh, what? Oh, man.
Oh, it's Boost Gusters to the house. Touchdown, Redskins. It's not over, folks.
And what happened there? It looked like Boost Gusters was in quarantine. No one wanted to be anywhere near him. I mean, no one was even in the vicinity. The closest defender was the referee.
Good Lord. Look at that. I mean,
a
good 10-yard separation.
They just didn't care. They didn't
think they
care
fell
about
asleep.
old Boost Gusters. Yeah,
They
might have.
literally they fell asleep on the coverage.
Forgot he was there.
And guess what, DJ? It's a 10-point game.
Minute and a half. Crazier things have happened.
Yeah, like we said, it is not over yet. Here we are trying to talk about our favorite Thanksgiving Day sides, and then all of a sudden the Redskins decide to wake up from their turkey-induced coma. Onside kick coming. Oh, flag. I don't know that it went far enough.
It did not. I think they touched it before it could.
10 yards.
Yeah.
Yep.
2, kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Re-kick.
Boo that.
And we will re-kick.
Yep, you hear the fans. I don't like that.
No.
Paul Edinger kicking.
All right, here we go.
Second time's a charm.
Gets interesting if they're able to pick this one up. It's up, and it's on the ground.
Oh, man.
Boys come up with it.
Oh,
Oh,
nearly.
jeez. I mean, that one traveled a good distance there, still sailing
did.
through the air.
Once it bobbled that first time, it was anybody's very risky trying to scoop it up while you're still on 2 feet.
Well, that actually was the cornerback, Billy Millie, for the Cowboys, who made a very important play there. Now, we do expect this is ball game. The Redskins have exhausted all but, I believe, one timeout. And there it is, the final timeout called. All right, back to these Thanksgiving dishes here. Are you a pumpkin pie kind of guy?
Oh yeah. I'm taking pumpkin over pecan or pecan as
Every
you
day.
might say.
No,
But,
I say blech.
Yeah, I'm with you there, partner. Now I'm curious. I got 2 questions for you.
Okay.
Are you a ham? Are you a turkey? Or is your family, they throw it? I know some people make brisket nowadays. I mean, I like me some
Yeah.
brisket. That just feels un-American.
Well, you know what? If I could be, I'd like to be like the great John Madden and try the turducken. You remember the
Yeah, I
turducken?
like that.
Yeah.
I've had some turducken.
Have
I'll
you
tell
really?
what, some
Never
good
have
stuff.
experienced that.
Some
But for
good
the
stuff.
standard, I'm turkey all the way.
Yeah.
Now my wife, she's more of she's a ham connoisseur. Depending on now, she loves turkey
Yeah.
too. So let's just she's a picky eater. So I don't
Yep,
ever know what she's
I'm right
gonna
there
eat.
with her. If the turkey's made right, it's for me. But if you got
Yeah.
that dry stuff, I don't want it.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't need to down a whole pitcher of sweet tea for one piece of turkey, right? We need to have
That's right.
some moistness, folks.
So now, are you a fan of cranberry sauce? This is a big one.
Nope.
No?
No.
No. Oh, come on.
But
That's some good
here's the
stuff.
funny part about it. My
let's
wife
hear it.
is to the
Yeah.
point, okay, that she has to bring her. It's BYOC. Bring your
Oh,
own
wow.
cranberry at my family's get together because nobody on my side of the family likes cranberry sauce. So she has her own Ocean
See-
Spray can of.
Okay, so it's the can. Okay, so she
Yes,
knows
the
what's
can.
up. She knows
Yep.
what's up. Some people will make it with the actual whole cranberries in it. Nuh-uh. No, it's got to be the Ocean Spray can.
There
Your
you
wife
go.
has taste, my friend.
She
I
well,
mean,
obviously
I
she
could have
married
told you
me.
that, but yeah, that's what I could have told you that.
That's right. Shoo. Well, aren't we just making ourselves feel all great here at the end of this one? One snap left for the Redskins here, folks, on what has been a truly fun evening of football. Deep throw. There's
Oh,
a fumble.
man.
Fouled
Come
on.
on.
Fouled on. Listen to me. I can't talk. Fell on by the Cowboys. Good God, Cameron. And that is going to do it. In the end, obviously, bragging rights. You want to win. But on
Yeah.
the grand scheme of things here, DJ, this just shows the good talent that we have on both sides of the football on both of these squads in the
Yeah,
AFA.
absolutely. A great football game, a great way to end your Thanksgiving
That's the end of
right
regulation.
before you eat some dessert.
Absolutely. Folks, we thank you. Congratulations to the Dallas Cowboys All-Star team here. They win the first annual AFA Turkey Bowl, as you see some gobblers up there by themselves. 27-17. We welcome you into the quick post-game show here that we're going to do, where we are going to announce, DJ, of course, our final thoughts, but as well as the Golden Gravy Bowl winner of this game.
Yeah, man, and you know, Dallas just got out to such it's like winning a track race, right? If you have a big lead, if you get a nice jump out of the box, it's hard for anyone to come back and beat you. That's exactly what we saw tonight. I think we'll have a pretty agreed upon winner of the Golden Gravy Bowl, so I'll go ahead and let you do the honors, friend.
All right, brother. Well, I think that was settled in the first half. You talked about
Yep,
the Cowboys.
I agree.
The Cowboys' momentous lead that they got out to early in this one. Of course, Prince Wonder, he's got to be in the conversation. He was the guy who delivered those great strikes. But in the end, it's got to go to wide receiver number 12 for the Cowboys, Santiago Jaquez, for 2 incredible home run ball touchdowns. And that really was the difference in this game.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, he put them on their back in that first half, and he looked otherworldly. He looked like everyone else on that defense ate Thanksgiving, and he was the vegan that sat in the corner and brought a salad. You know what I mean?
Perfect way to put it. 194 yards, 2 touchdowns. Congratulations to Santiago Jaquez on being the first ever Golden Gravy Bowl award winner. And folks, I think it's going to do it. For everyone here at the AFA, for Brady White and the whole squad, I am Cameron Duty. I want to say thank you to my buddy DJ. Hey, listen, man, it's fun to spend Thanksgiving with you, brother.
It is.
And this was a pleasure. We thank you all so much for watching, enjoying this stream. Check back again next week. We've got more back to the grind with our regularly scheduled AFA programming. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holiday season ahead. We'll catch you next week. You're watching the AFA on YouTube.